Hello, Geminis. Welcome to your weekly reading with me. Let's dive straight in. Just going to say I'm still recovering from being a little bit ill since traveling. I'm feeling fine. It's just my voice. It's still a little bit nasally and whatever. So if you can deal with that, then let's dive into the reading for you guys, okay? Let's start off with an overall theme for this week. Please, Spirit, a little bit of a keyword or something like that for the Geminis. All right, for the last week of January, you have hope. That's a nice one. All right, this is hope is a beam of light in the darkness. So if you are feeling a little bit in the dark here, then let hope guide you. All right, let's grab you some more. Let's see how this may resonate with you guys for Geminis. Okay, now that's starting to make a little bit more sense because unfinished symphony usually comes in as a little bit of chaos. Usually this can actually be, maybe you're going back to old projects, for example. It's unfinished symphonies. This can be hearing back from someone of the past. This could be closing out old doors that you kind of left a little bit open, or it could be projects, could be certain, whatever it is. It doesn't have to just be, relationships or friendships or whatever. It could really be anything, but you're now closing it out. Okay. Let's see what else is coming through for you, and then we'll show you bit by bit. For Gemini, okay, you have 2 there. I'll allow it. Okay, let's dive in then. So as I said, this is a number 10, if you're able to see it, if the camera slightly focuses on it. So 10s usually come in when we're coming to the end of a chapter, right? It kind of represents an end of something and getting ready for the beginning. And because it's unfinished symphony, it does feel like if anything has been a bit chaotic, any old chapters, if you've got any loose ends that need tying up, this is a perfect time to do it, because it does feel like you're entering new energies. As I said, endings equal new beginnings, so it's clear you are entering new things, but maybe you do have old attachments, or you are still thinking about certain things, or it still feels like you're lacking closure in some area of your life. It's a really good time to kind of close out that cycle however you can. Okay, bring harmony to it at least, because this card is a loud one for me, and it's out of tune. Okay, so whether you're changing the narrative of an old story, if you're changing your feelings around something, if you're able to do that by journaling or bringing peace or love into a situation where there may have not been any of that, however it applies to you. I still don't know what the hell you guys are dealing with, but whatever it is, when something's a bit chaotic and we want to get rid of that, we have to kind of bring a bit of peace to it in whatever way. Right, the next things that you have, as we see here, is adjacent possibilities and appreciation. So this card comes in when it's a really good time to stop and smell the roses. Okay, you guys could be really, thinking about everything other than this present moment. And this is a really good way to a good card of advice to ground yourself. Okay, the phrase stopping to smell the roses is really appreciating the things that are around us, the things that we might miss if our brains are everywhere. And you are a Gemini, you are ruled by Mercury, so your brain is a bit, everywhere most of the time. So it could be really good time to ground yourself and do whatever you need to do for that. You also have adjacent possibilities. So speaking about being scattered everywhere, you could be very overwhelmed by choices at this time, not really being certain about what door to go into, where to go. You might be procrastinating a little bit. What if the doors close on me, or if I get rejected from something? Look, Spirit's really calling for you to get out of that way of thinking, to ground yourself, because these did come up together, and to kind of I feel like overall they want you to understand this lesson that you probably already know. So I'm just a little bit of a reminder for you that if a door closes, or if you get rejected, or something doesn't work out, then it's not meant to be. All right, because if something is divinely yours, it cannot be refused from you, right? All right, so listen to your gut feelings, whatever it's saying to you, follow. Most importantly, there are other doors. Okay, there are other doors. So if something didn't work out, that's okay. There's another door to go into. It's not the end of the world. Okay, even though it may feel like it at times. Okay, so bringing gratitude this week will be very important with this combination. Okay, but let's get you some more. I'll put it like this if I can. Okay, right, let's get you a couple of these. Oops, so wolf, interesting. Now, yeah, So this is coming up with the unfinished symphony. So the wolf could be an important symbol for whatever that chapter is that needs closing, and there's loose ends, like we were saying. And this says turn knowledge into wisdom. There are things that you already know but may not be practicing, right? And that's the difference between knowledge and wisdom. When you know something, you just know it. When you have knowledge, you know something. When you're wise, you kind of embody that knowledge and you preach it, you practice it, etc., etc. You use it. You are about that knowledge, right? So I kind of feel like when it comes down to certain chapters and whatever it is, that we're really, really wanting you. I wonder if, now for those of you who this resonates with in terms of it being a project or an old, unfinished piece of work that you need to go back to or been thinking about going back to, this really does feel like you had the knowledge back then, now you have the wisdom. I wonder what that means for you. You're in a different place now, so if you want to go back to something, I feel like you're gonna, or if you want to redo something, I feel like it could be a really good time for that. To do with an ending though, to finish something. Okay, then you have Dragonfly. Dragonfly says truth transcends illusion. That's interesting, isn't it? Because this almost felt like a reminder that as long as you are living in your truth and you are preaching the truth, you're clear, you've got a good conscience, what do they call it, where, yeah, I think that's what it is. Then even if people cast illusions, or even if people speak ill of you or bad of you or false things about you, just know that truth will always transcend illusions, okay? And it's a little bit of like staying in that and not allowing the darkness to drag you in, basically, to make you lose your light, right? Which is why the hope is here. I wonder if you felt like you've been lost in a little bit of illusion, or things have been unclear, or maybe the illusion feels like, the devil energy a little bit, and that could just be anything from bad habits or things that keep us chained up and things that keep us stuck. Chains. The devil is chains. Sorry. I was super ill. It always happens when you go on planes and stuff like that, even when you're careful. But anyway, and the weather differences. England was like in the minus degrees, by the way, guys. That was just crazy. So, as I was saying, whatever that devil energy is in your life, whether it be fears, whatever it is holding you back, or people that are, pulling you into the dark and more negative energies, then they're really calling for you to practice what you preach, practice what you know, do what you know you need to do. It's hard, trust me. We all know what we need to do, basically. We all have goals. We all know what the next step should be. Most of us never take it. So call it upon yourself to be that light. Continue shining your light and to go where you're feeling guided to go, wherever that is, right? Let's see what is going on for you then in terms of the tarot. So let's get you a overall card for the energy of this week. The Ten of Cups. Why, isn't that nice? So the Ten of Cups in this case feels like it's the happily ever after. So the overall energy is that you're really focusing on your dream, on your happiness, on your family, maybe your close companions, because it is a card for me that does kind of represent people being around you. It doesn't have to be blood family. It could be, anyone. It's just happy. It's good vibes. So let's clarify why that's here in your overall energy. Why is the Ten of Cups the overall energy of this week? The Two of Cups. I wonder if you are this is really about having really good connections around you. And if you don't have that already, you are going to, or at least you're focusing on finding that, because Two of Cups is a soulmate connection, right? It's two people who feel exactly the same towards each other, who come together with love. All right. And as you can see, they're filling up each other's cups. And usually the rainbow is in the Ten of Cups. So it's quite nice. Rainbows could mean something for you guys. So there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of happiness here. There's a lot of feelings going on this week. All right. And I wonder if that's what they're wanting you to feel grateful for, to appreciate. Even though you're going through a lot of change, don't forget the people that are around you or the dream that you're connecting to or wanting and desiring. All right. Let's see. What is going on in the energy then of Gemini this week? High Priestess. Okay, I'm hearing doing some inner searching. Okay, let's see why that is. Now, the High Priestess is known to hold all the secrets of life, right? She's super connected to the universe. She has all the answers, but she barely speaks, right? So I would say maybe you guys are, being very careful with what you're saying to others, or maybe you are just wanting to spend more time in your own energy to search within, to connect to yourself, to connect to the occult, really, because the High Priestess is more connected to that. So whether you're doing your own tarot, you're just trying to figure yourself out a little bit here. It does feel like self-reflection. I'm getting like hermit vibes, even though the High Priestess is not the hermit. I feel like they're both about inner reflection, though, and connecting to oneself. But this is a very intuitive card, so listen to your intuition this week. It's really calling for you at this time and very, very clear. So your dreams and stuff like that, some weird feelings that you may have very strongly, could also be telling you something. Right, let's see, why is the High Priestess in Gemini's energy? King of Pentacles and the Chariot. It feels like it's trying to guide you in a certain direction. King of Pentacles actually has a wolf next to him. Isn't that interesting? So I wonder if this is when you turn knowledge into wisdom and you start to practice what you preach, especially in the workspace. Or the King of Pentacles is known to be very loyal, super wise. That's why he's got all that white hair. It's what it represents in the tarot anyways, about wisdom. Okay, he's lived a long life. So even if you've not lived a long life, you have the wisdom and the knowledge as if you did. It's just about taking action on that. Okay. And speaking of taking action, it's followed with the Chariot. So a really good time to go on a journey. So even if it's a physical or a mental journey, it could just be changing certain things, moving in a certain direction, or the Chariot really chases the star. So going after a goal, going after, actually with hope also is the star. So I wonder if this is speaking about your purpose in life, or a goal, whatever it may be. So you already know what you need to do with the High Priestess. If you connect with yourself, if you don't know, then you really do need to meditate, sit with yourself, go out into nature, whatever it is, find quiet to really connect, and be patient. It doesn't come up straight away. Because the King of Pentacles could also be about your finances and your work life. It's a very grounded energy, so it's good. Personality wise, or like this feels to do with your center, and the Chariot is what you're going to be doing around you. I guess balance is important with the Chariot too, because if we were not in agreement with our inner self, with our past, with our present, then there's no way we're going to go towards our future. And for some weird reason, these two horses are your past and your present, going after your future. They need to be friends. Or you need to at least consider your past and your present to help you get somewhere. This is what they're saying, guys. Okay, let's dive into your potential challenges then for this week, shall we? For a Gemini. The Queen of Pentacles. I wonder if that's your partner, or I wonder if this is a part of yourself. Let's see. Because your energy is the King of Pentacles. Why is the Queen of Pentacles challenge? The world. A new beginning of some kind. The star. Interesting that we've been speaking about that. So what's the significance of the Queen of Pentacles? The Magician. Oops. The Magician. Sorry. It feels like it's still connected to you. It doesn't feel like it's external, unless we do need to, again, tie up loose ends. But that doesn't really feel like it's to do with others. It feels like it's your action. So even if you are connecting with somebody of the past just to close things out properly, it's not, you don't need their response. It's for you, for example. Like, it just feels like you're the one doing a lot this week in your life to get on track, to feel more confident moving forward, whatever it is it takes. And by the way, these are all major arcana cards that came up in your challenge position. I would say the only thing that would be with the Queen of Pentacles in a challenge is really just about your stability, maybe the way that you're dealing with your resources, your financial resources, your time, your energy, who you're giving that to, what you're giving that to. Okay. Staying true to yourself. The World represents ending of old cycles, beginning of new ones. The Star is all about connecting to your dreams and your goals and hope and healing. And the Magician is about turning your dreams into your reality. And interestingly enough, it came up on top of that Wolf, so it's important. So when good cards are in a challenged position, it's just about tapping into it, right? Sometimes we can all be our own biggest obstacle, which is kind of good in a way that we're in control of that, right? It just takes discipline. It takes inner work, to figure out what even is, why are you blocking yourself, for example. There's lots of different layers to that, but at least we can control that, right? That's the positive side of it. Anyway, let's see what is going on in your external world this week. Okay, let's see what's going on around you. Justice. Okay. There could be some legal situations going on at this time, or maybe you're dealing with contracts. I'm going to clarify that. On a very broad spiritual term, I would say that things are balancing themselves out with that Justice card being in your external environment, and it's in the upright, so it generally is good. All right, let's see. Why is Justice? Okay. 10 of Pentacles. I wonder if you guys are getting a really good opportunities. You're getting so you're going to be achieving a lot of money through some kind of contract that could be a job, right, that leads to a very abundant future. It could be 10 of Pentacles can sometimes be a windfall or inheritance. Maybe that's something that's going on around you at this time, or maybe it's something going on in the family, whatever it is. Things could be being balanced at this time. Okay. Let's get another one for that. Why is the Justice card in the external environment? Could even remember that it might not just be about finances. Pentacles can be just about things really being grounded. So if things have been ungrounded and unjust in the family, things might be actually turning into better times in some way, or whatever that is for you, because the Wheel is here as well. So the Wheel is saying that you're entering a different phase in your life. It could be to do with your finances or your family, your long-term success. That's changing, which feels good. And I wonder why. I feel like it's to do with you, though, and whatever you're doing at this time, and turning knowledge into wisdom, finally doing the things that you need to do, trusting that your truth and where you're being guided to go will always prevail. Because the Wheel is turning. This is a card of luck. So again, some of you could get this unexpected windfall coming your way with the Wheel. But it just feels like you're entering a new prosperous season. It feels really good. Okay, let's see what's going on in your inner worlds. This is a little bit deeper. What's going on in the inner world of Gemini? Okay, 5 of Pentacles. So something that they want you to focus on, or to adjust a little bit, or to look a little bit deeper into, is where this 5 of Pentacles is coming from. So 5 of Pentacles can be a card of feeling left out in the cold, whether it be in life in general, you feel a bit lonely, or you feel hard done by, or again, like the doors are shut on you, because usually there is a person here who is shut out. It could be a good time to learn how to ask for help, to extend yourself out to others. 5 of Pentacles. Usually it's also my card of having a bit of a hole inside, which usually comes from trauma or a difficult situation. So a feeling of unworthiness, a feeling that, whatever happens, it's going to be lost, for example. These are all feelings that come through with that. It's a base chakra problem as well. So anything to do with your identity, or what you're worth, or what you, your roots could be feeling a bit challenged at this time. It might be something that needs healing. Let's clarify it though. Let's see, why is the 5 of Pentacles in the inner world of Gemini? Why is this here? What is this caused by? The Fool. Interesting. Death card reversed. Now, both of these are about change, and really, you need to take a leap of faith for transformation to happen, right? They're both quite similar. So why is this? So one's reversed. So death is reversed. So death is all about transformation and rebirth, if you wish, or an absolute ending to something for a new beginning to happen. Five of Pentacles. I wonder if you're grieving something here, unable to move on from an ending. Because the Fool's in the upright, meaning that maybe there is a leap of faith that needs to happen out of maybe this poverty or victim mindset in some way, in some area of your life. I don't feel like this is like in all areas of your life, but maybe there is this feeling deep down that you're not good enough to make a change, or you're not good enough, and things won't really work out if you do make a leap of faith, or if you do take some sort of risk, it's just going to backfire. Was there something here that seems a bit of a blockage within? Let's get one more. Why is the Five of Pentacles here for Gemini? The Hermit. Interesting, because it is what I was talking about over in your energy anyway. And with the Emperor, it's all about abundance. Okay, I really feel like tapping into your base chakra is going to be really important. Understanding that abundance is your birthright. You're already, since you were born, have been it's been your right to have abundance, right? You've always been an abundant being. It's just that life and people can make us think otherwise. Society, whatever you wish. And experiences. So the Hermit here is really about self-reflection is needed. All right. To, again, it's about a wise soul. Usually it's an old man with a cane and with a gray beard, so someone who's been through it, someone who knows their stuff. And I feel like the only thing that seems like a blockage here is that you know what you need to do. It's just that, or you know what you should be. I wonder what this is for you. Clearly is different for everybody, but I wonder if this Five of Pentacles is helping you in some way to avoid changing your life or going out your comfort zone, right? Because I just feel like I want to explain something to you, and I'm like, it's going to take so long and people are going to get bored of me talking. But Five of Pentacles, why do people stay in difficult situations, or why do we stay in difficult mindsets, right? Because it becomes familiar, it becomes a comfort zone, and anything outside of that, even if it's good, it feels unfamiliar, it feels unsafe, it feels like it might hurt us, even though it might not, right? And in fact, maybe even this mindset of feeling unworthy and not feeling good enough, or not doing the things we know we should be doing, will hurt us more than actually making a change. But that's not what we look for. We look for familiarity, because that feels safe. So I feel like there is something here that feels safe to you, but might not really be like the best way of believing or thinking or seeing yourself or the world. I don't know what this is for you, so I'm going to speak very generally for that. So the Hermit is a need for some reflection, to take some time out for yourself, to go a little bit ghost, if you wish, to really think about where this is coming from, and what is this, how is this serving you in any way, like legitimately, because usually these things are serving us in some way, even though it doesn't seem like it. Usually it's just because it's our safe space, makes us feel safe somehow. So anyway, whatever that is for you, it's your thing to reflect on, maybe journal on, whatever you need to do to reflect. I just wanted to say that because, yeah. Let's see what the advice is from Spirit, shall we? All right, for Geminis, the Three of Swords. Your advice is the Three of Swords. Your advice is to really kind of look at certain pains that may not be, as I said, registered properly within you. Every time this comes up in the advice position, I say that it's time to look at all the swords that are in you right now, all the things that have challenged you, that are still sticking with you. And that is why Unfinished Symphony is here. There's a lot of loose ends here that need tying up. No more thinking about these things that, these people, these situations that hurt you because they're not in your life anymore. They're just they're just burdening you. Anyways, so I always say it's time to take each one out one by one, acknowledge it, say your goodbyes to it, to really heal, right? It's all about healing. Let's see, Three of Swords as advice. Why is this advice for Gemini? Justice, as I said, is coming up on top of justice here. In order for you to turn things in your favor, or for things to really fully become balanced, it does look like it's about calling the truth in situations and acknowledging certain things that may have been unjust in your life, right? I really feel like it's kind of gaining some power over pains that you've been through. That's really what it feels like you're having to do. Like, just like that dog thing here, it reminds me of the devil a little bit. Like those temptations like we spoke about, the darkness that is tempting you in some way. Let's see, why is this here? Six of Swords, yeah, to move on, to move forward, to let it go, the Tower, let something crumble, fall, let it be a thing of the past, right? But to make peace with it in some way. However that is for you, only so that you can move forward. Okay? So that's something, that's a something to do for this week. All right, Gemini, I love you. Thank you for being here and putting up with my very nasally voice. I hope you guys have an incredible week ahead. All right. Personal readings should be open by the time I'm posting this. If they're not, then I always have a waiting list that I really recommend you join, because it means that you get notified first before everybody else. So that you have a better chance of getting them, because they do sell out quite quickly. But anyway, I send you my love. I wish you guys all the best. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right.